Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. South Africa watched on as Chief Justice Raymond Zondo swore in Paul Mashatile last week as Deputy President of the country. Mashatile was among a cohort of ANC MPs who joined President Cyril Ramaphosa's cabinet. But who is Paul Mashatile, and what does his past tell us about the kind of deputy he will be? Newzroom Afrika's politics desk takes a closer look at this.
In the presence of everyone assembled here and in full realization of the high calling I assume as Deputy President of the Republic of South Africa, I, Shipokosa Mashatile, swear that I will be faithful to the Republic of South Africa.
Paul Mashatile takes the oath of office as South Africa's new Deputy President. It's an undeniably proud moment for the man fondly referred to as Spokes by those closest to him. It's also a testament to his skills and talent as a political operator and, as some would say, political survivor. Mashatile cut his teeth as a student activist and member of the Congress of South African Students. During this time, he co-founded the Alexandra Youth Congress, which he served as its first president. In 1985, shortly after the declaration of a partial state of emergency, he was detained without trial until 1989. Shortly after his release, he was elected as the SACP's interim regional secretary in 1990. Between 1992 and 1998, he served as the provincial secretary of the ANC in Gauteng. The decade between 1998 and 2008 saw him gain experience in government as Gauteng MEC for Transport, then MEC for Human Settlements, and finally MEC for Finance and Economic Affairs. In October 2008, he replaced Mbazi Mashilowa as Gauteng Premier. His stint as Premier was short-lived, however, as then-President Jacob Zuma appointed him Deputy Minister of Arts and Culture in 2009. He was then promoted to Minister of the Department a year later, a position he held until 2014. Mashatile, it seems, never forgot his roots as a youth activist, and he used both his party and government platforms to encourage the participation of youth in both the ANC and government.
It's important to bring in a new generation of leaders to run the ANC, decide on radical policies to take this process forward, sort out the economy, social transformation. I believe it's time for change.
Despite serving in former President Jacob Zuma's cabinet, Mashatile stood out as a dissenting voice. He went as far as blaming Zuma for Johannesburg's slide into opposition hands in the wake of the 2016 local government elections. Mashatile also called on Zuma to resign. In 2017, at the ANC's 54th National Conference held at Newzroom, Mashatile was elected as the party's Treasurer General. Barely 2 months later, in February 2018, he was tasked with delivering the news to Zuma that the party no longer wanted him as President of the Republic.
So I have now reported to the caucus that the MEC of the ANC has decided to recall President Zuma. And the deadline is today. I know you are going to ask me that question. We are now proceeding with, as the Chief Whip, to proceed with the motion of no confidence tomorrow, Parliament. If the presiding officers can feature the team, so that President Zuma is then removed so that we can proceed to elect President Ramaphosa as the President of the Republic.
Now, Mashatile's time as Treasurer General was fraught with problems, chief among them the ANC's finances and its inability to pay staff, who often went up to 3 months without their salaries. Despite these setbacks, the party's rank and file continued to trust him and elected him Deputy President at its 55th National Conference in December 2022. This paved the way for his ascent to the Union buildings as President Cyril Ramaphosa's second in command. And with his trajectory in the ANC, it would be a foolish man that bets against Mashatile eventually succeeding Ramaphosa to become the country's next president.